They depend on us as parents and adults to protect them from harm in all circumstances. Car safety is particularly important for children. Parents can protect them from injury and crashes by buckling them up or by using special restraints. Unfortunately, too few parents protect their children in this way. More commonly, cars filled with children are like mobile playrooms, and ordinary scenes like this can unexpectedly turn into tragedy, as unrestrained children are catapulted against a car's interior with deadly force. Automobile accidents are by far the largest killer of children. More than 1,500 children are killed each year in automobiles, virtually all of them unrestrained. Even parents who are cautious drivers cannot protect against all crashes caused by other drivers, poor road conditions, or automotive defects. Unrestrained children in the front seat are particularly vulnerable to injury. A high-speed camera view of a simulated crash at 40 miles per hour shows that a real child would have been seriously injured in such a crash. At closer to true speed, the violence of the impact is evident. Even a mother's arms may not protect her child. In fact, her body can crush her child in a crash as slow as 25 miles per hour. Children should always be restrained in cars. For those tall enough, the shoulder belt should be used together with the seat belt when they must ride in the front. But if the child is small and the shoulder belt crosses the neck instead of the shoulders, only the lap belt should be used. The safest place for children in a car is in the rear seat, and older children should be lap belted. Children younger than age 5 should be lap belted or protected by specially designed infant or child restraints. Restraints for infants are important. This restraint is composed of a sturdy bed, which is fastened to the car seat by the lap belt. The infant has his own shoulder belt. Children ages 1 to 5 can be graduated to lap belts or child restraints. This one is composed of a crash-worthy seat and a shoulder harness. The seat is secured by the car's lap belts. Many child restraints can be left belted in place, and the child can get in and out without any help. Laboratory tests simulating automobile crashes show that these types of restraint systems can be effective in protecting children from injury in serious crashes. But too often, children are not restrained, and the results can be tragedy.
I'm recording.
When you're traveling along the road in your car at 30 miles per hour and you crash around too, and you get hurt by the steering wheel or the windshield. But if you wear safety belts, they restrain your movement inside the car and reduce your chances of serious injury by 70%. Think about it. If you're not wearing a safety belt, what's holding you back? Some people believe it's better to get thrown clear in a car crash. But at 30 miles per hour, that's the speed you will be doing when you hit the concrete, or a lighting pole, or maybe you're just lying there, stunned in the road. No, the best place to be in a car crash is in the car with your safety belts buckled to hold you there. If you're not wearing a safety belt, what's holding you back?
This is a dummy in the front seat of a car going 30 miles an hour. Watch what happens when the car stops. Now the dummy's wearing a lap belt. And now, with lap and shoulder belts. See the difference? We thought these films might help you decide what to do the next time you get in your car. Well, we know safety belts are a real headache, but look at it this way. Your headache could be a lot worse.
Frontal car crashes
Each year they kill thousands of Americans and injure hundreds of thousands. The majority of all fatal injuries to people in collisions occur in head-on and angled frontal car crashes. In a frontal crash, it's all over in a split second. Let's imagine that we're in the front seat of a car like this, that these test dummies are me, or you, or someone you love. Watch. The car is a wreck, and the occupants are a wreck too. But it needn't be this way for them or for us. This is a vehicle test track, and these are test dummies. On the highway, they'd be real people. Let's take a very slowed down look at what happened to dummies like these in that frontal crash we saw a moment ago. The car is traveling at 35 miles an hour. Now the car contacts an object ahead. Here it's a test barrier. In the real world, it might be a bridge pier, a tree, a pole, or another vehicle. The car is being brought to a crushing stop. Meanwhile, inside the car, the people keep moving forward at about the same speed, 35 miles per hour, until they crash into the structures ahead. Their crash began a split second after the car struck the barrier. Here's the crash again from inside the car. Now the car has started to impact the barrier. A fraction of a second later, the unrestrained occupants begin their crash. In that critical moment, had the people been provided with sufficient restraining protection, their chances of being killed or seriously hurt would have been greatly reduced. In slow motion, that's what goes on in a frontal crash. An event that in reality takes place so fast it's over like that. Researchers have known for decades that much of the death and serious injury in frontal crashes is needless. If the bodies of the people in the crashes are properly restrained, that is, slowed down more gently and kept from smashing into the car's interior structure, they're much less likely to be killed or seriously injured. Seatbelts can do the job, but only if they're worn.
What are they, like 5-minute films? Or?
The law requires that new vehicles be equipped with safety belts. At the Chrysler Proving Grounds, impact tests are conducted under rigidly controlled conditions. The results are dramatic proof that seatbelts save lives. At only 30 miles per hour, without belts, we can see through slow motion that the dummy is thrown against the windshield with deadly force. At 1/5 true speed, we have a sobering view of the sudden action. Employing the use of the lap belt only, we repeat the test. Results are conclusive. Protective restraint is gained for the lower portion of the body, but the upper body is still thrown forward. A speed up in action accentuates the possibility of a serious head injury. Using both lap and shoulder belts provides remarkably improved results. The dummy is fully restrained and protected from contact with both windshield and instrument panel. Closer to true speed. Lap and shoulder belts mean added safety. A crash. If it happens to you, will it be this? Or this? Or this? Safety is within easy reach. Lap and shoulder belts save lives.